what would you say would be an important space to be in emotionally before one begins to
Yeah.
pursue? And what are some steps
Yeah.
that you would recommend, or some questions that one should be asking themselves as they transition from I'm not there yet exploration to this is the path that I'm going to be pursuing now?
Yeah. I think acknowledging that you're not in this space yet is really important. And then, if like the Yesh Tikva community, if you're coming from a history of infertility, you likely have experienced some really hard things and are, hoping to move forward with a child in some way. And so what I often like to explain is that adoption is not a cure for infertility. Infertility is a medical condition. Adoption solves childlessness, but it is a separate pathway to parenthood. It is not the same thing as having a child biologically or through fertility treatments and still biologically. It's completely different process.
Right.
And there's a lot of different pieces to it. And so it's making sure that you take the time to grieve the losses that you've had, and that may mean actual babies, but it also may be the pregnancy experience that you thought, the birth experience, the biological and genetic connection that you anticipated having. It's figuring out how to grieve that. And I think that, grieve that feels very like vague, but it may mean accessing, a professional who has experience in working in infertility and or working in adoption, finding somebody who actually knows what they're doing,
Yeah.
leading into a supportive space like Yesh Tikva has, and talking to other folks, and speaking a lot. If you have a partner, speaking a lot with your partner and making sure you're both heading in this direction. There's a lot to explore. And also, if you're looking at leaving the fertility pathway, it's looking at how do I visualize my family? What kind of parenthood did I see myself having? Uh, After learning a lot about adoption, and and I think we're going to talk about the trauma that inherently is adoption. Do I feel I'm the right person to parent an adoptee and manage all the things that can come up from the adoption experience? I think it's really I have a million and one questions, and so I think it's
Yeah.
really just asking yourself, you know what do I need to be? Where do I
Yeah.
need to be? And what I also like to say is, you may not be 100% excited and prepared and ready for adoption before you actually like apply. I think it's really hard to be 100% sure all the time of anything
For
in our
sure.
lives, but I think like a good metric is, are you looking forward to this more than you're not? Have you closed the door on your fertility treatments? Most agencies won't work with you if you're still pursuing, fertility treatments and things like that. It's really saying, I'm closing this door and I'm opening this other door, and getting into a place where that feels like a good thing for you.
Right.